how do I even start? How do I even start a garden? How to start a garden is one of the most searched terms on the internet right now. Good news is you've already started. Just by thinking about it, you've planted a seed. Now we've just got to find a place to let it grow. And honestly, walking into a garden center can seem overwhelming. Look at the number of plants, the number of products, and all these people running around like they already know what the answer is. It's much simpler than you think. Whether you're going to use containers, a raised bed, a piece of land, the inputs might be just a little different, but the output's going to be the same, and that's food. Let's take a look. We're going to start off by looking at a small piece of ground to start your garden in. And this is how I started. But today is Saturday, and you know what that means. We go to you and we celebrate what's going on in your garden. And today we've got some contributors that are going to show us just how easy it is to start with a container or a small area. Now, I've based all of my gardening on this mixed deep mulch. And I'm going to show you an easy way you can start with just a very small piece of ground. And to prepare this area, all we did was we put down some cardboard. See how fast that breaks down? And then we put some shavings and some leaves underneath it. And right there at the edge, that's already eaten through. Hold on. We see what we got going on underneath here. And that cardboard is gone already. Now I'm using one of the basil that we up-potted as a demonstration. But with the sawdust that we put down, you want to dig back. Oh, there's still a little bit of cardboard here. But look how nice and damp that is. But that cardboard, that peels away so easy. But if you got brand new cardboard down, you might need to take a shovel just to break that cardboard, because you don't want to disrupt the whole thing. You just want to open it up big enough to plant the plant you want to plant. And see how easy that is to dig in. Just look at that soil underneath there. So you just pull that back, just big enough that your container will fit in there. Take your plant, set it down in, backfill, and then the mulch that you've moved, pull that back in around. And there you've started a garden, and it's maybe 3 feet by 3 feet. Now you got an in-ground garden. It is just that easy. You're always going to have a boundary. Wherever you've stopped mulching, you're going to have wild plants come up. Some people call those weeds. So as you expand your garden, you got to keep expanding your mulch. And as the mulch gets thinner, you've got to continually add mulch to it. Otherwise, the wild plants will try to come back in. Now let's go to North Carolina. We'll take a look at Larry and Michelle's garden. They've used a lot of containers, and this is their results so far, and they're just beginning. Larry and Michelle have been doing this for a couple years. They grow tomatoes, they grow peppers, they grow squash in their containers, and they're very, very successful. Now they've also had a combination. They're not limiting themselves just to containers. They've got flowers all over their landscaping. Just look how beautiful that is. Larry, Michelle, thank you. That was wonderful. And it does show just how easy it is to garden in containers. It's been a while since we looked at the container gardens. We started off in this little container. Here where we're going to add our lettuce, we got a nice mix of lettuce seeds. You can see the different kinds, different colors. I'm going to scatter these liberally across the top because these also transplant very well. So size does matter. This was all lettuce. Now we broke that apart and we put it in a bigger container. After 6 weeks, I told you we would have to do something with this. Let's take a look at a couple of our options. Now we've been thinning this out a little bit and putting 1, 2, 3, 4 into this container. This is going to get quite a bit bigger. Or we can do what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to remove the entire batch. Look at that. You look at the roots on that. This is good and moist from last night's rain. lettuce doesn't mind growing kind of together. So I'm going to make about 4 holes in here. And we're going to split this. I'm just going to break it right in half. Look at all those roots. Look at that. We've been eating off of this quite a bit. And it took a little while for our tomato to take off. And we got a little piece of lettuce still in here. And it's doing well. But with this size of container, we've kept this from getting really big. We'll go out and look at the big container garden. This tomato was planted the same time as the one in the small container. Actually, they were side by side. We took that out, we put it in here, and we put some of that lettuce in here also. But now that this has some size to it, and we got some flowers, let's go ahead and clean this up. This is exactly what we do with the tomatoes out in the garden. We've got this sucker coming out right where the leaf and the stem come together. And this tomato, I'm going to go ahead and take this sucker out. Take this leaf off. We got cherry tomatoes coming on there, there, and there. I'm going to go ahead and take this sucker out. Then I'm going to take this leaf off also. And we want the plant to put its effort into making fruit. Now it's getting big enough. We're going to go ahead and start staking this. So I've got a little bamboo stake. I'm just going to slide that down in. And then we got our little lettuce there. That's kind of fun. It ought to be making tomatoes here directly. What do you have growing in your containers? Now what looks like a disaster here is just a normal process. Walter's going to demonstrate that in his small garden. He's getting ready to succession plant and he's already taken his potatoes up. These are starting to die back a little bit, and we'll start harvesting these pretty quick. They've been 60 to 90 days, and I think we're going to have a decent little patch of potatoes here. I'm just going to explore. Oh, look at that. There's a new potato. We're not going to harvest this yet, but we're getting close. But let's take a look at Walter in his small garden. Walter's potato patch is finishing up and he's harvesting out and he's pulling some radishes. He's getting ready to put in tomatoes. His cucumber seeds have already started to sprout. Now Walter's only got about a 6x6 area and he makes the most of it. He also uses some containers, but he didn't spin an arm and a leg, he's just got some buckets. That's all you need. Walter, thank you for the inspiration and showing us just exactly what's possible in a very small area. Eddie's got a pretty good size mixed deep mulch garden, but he's using containers to maximize his actual production. By growing bush beans in a bucket, he's actually going to get more food than just planting out in the garden. Now, raised bed is nothing more than a big container. You can spend some money on them. You can make them out of scrap 2x4s. They can be down on the ground or they can be up on legs. The thing is, you got to keep watering them. They don't have the same benefits as the deep mixed mulch, but they'll produce a lot of food for you. You can also go with the Hugo mound. And that's a bunch of logs and then some mulch and then some soil, then some mulch. You layer it in here. We're waiting to plant that out with sweet potatoes, and that's going to come up here just directly. I'm going to have to follow Art's lead next year, cut my bananas off 6 foot tall. Just look how good they're coming back for him. But he's already got squash coming on. I think that's part of that heat island effect you get when you're able to grow a garden in town. And he also had the benefit of that greenhouse. Art, we look forward to how your garden grows this year. Containers, in-ground, combination, all of it. It makes it look simple. Aren't our contributors fantastic? Please leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their garden. This is where we get ideas. This is where we get inspiration. And I get the motivation to come out here and show you just exactly what's possible in a deep mixed mulch garden. Talk about growing things that taste good. Our peas are finally making. But let's go on down to Orlando, Florida. Take a look at what Maylene's been harvesting out of Bruce's food for us. Their cucumbers, their peppers, their carrots are coming in just fine. And check out the onions. Bruce, Maylene, thank you for showing us what we get to look forward to. And most of us are just now starting to get our spring planting in and underway. The wild edibles, they came up on their own and they're doing really well. But with the temperatures now, I think safe enough. We're going to go ahead and really start planting everything out. We've already got a few tomatoes in. We'll get the rest of those in tomorrow. And we'll take a look at a few other things we want to plant. How to start a garden. A little space, a little soil, a little sunlight, and a seed. You've already done the hard work. You've already thought about it. Get that image in your head. Now let's find a place so it can grow. You can do this too. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.